Hello and welcome to Kiska brand Bajega. On the pitch today, we have the Nawab of Najafgarh. The guy who rang the death knell of the best of bowlers around the world. Regardless of the format of the game, he just bulldozed the opposition. His inherent quirk and desi appeal have made him one of the most loved cricketers of our times and also the go-to guy for brands of all kinds. Please welcome the one and only Virender Sehwag. How are you doing, sir?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing perfectly well. Okay, so let's start right away.
Yes.
Right? Your boisterous knock of 219 in a one-day international against West Indies in 2011 had sent shockwaves around the world and propelled brand Virender Sehwag to its peak. That knock also saw you getting inundated with countless brand queries. Do you think that for a sportsman, one's performance on the field is directly proportional to the number of brand queries one attracts?
Yes. In early on your career, if you can score big runs and you can get the limelight, yes, brand will come to you and ask you to endorse them. And I was lucky that because a lot of people and the media was comparing me with Tendulkar, and it helped me to get a lot of endorsement and we targeted wherever Tendulkar was endorsing any brand. So we pushed them, okay, you have a Tendulkar, you can take second Tendulkar as well, because I was looked like Tendulkar, I was playing like Tendulkar. And Tendulkar was my role model. And when I scored my my first double hundred in ODI, before that, I was not scoring runs in 4 games in a row against West Indies. And I've been to England and there I played 2 test matches. I didn't score on much. So I knew it that I was not scoring runs. And when good time come and my day will come, so somebody has to pay it. And I bang on that day when I got to know that maybe today is my day. I missed a couple of ball and I missed by millimeter margins. So and after that, I keep hitting boundaries on regular basis, and then I got to know that yes, today is my day and the West Indies has to pay. And before that, I was reading a newspaper that Sunil Gavaskar wrote actually, Sehwag didn't score in 4 games and now somebody has to pay in a big way. So I was waiting for my chance and I did it. And after that, yes, I got a lot of calls from the different brands, which I never thought that they come and hire me as a brand ambassador.
So what was your criteria, or what is your criteria for selecting a brand?
Money.
Money and only money?
Only money.
Okay. If
somebody has a good amount of money, they can hire me.
So does the reach of the brand help? Does the reputation of the company help?
My job was to make sure that whatever they're asking me to do, I can do it and make sure that they will reach to the certain number of people, and that what my job was.
Okay. Cricketers like Virat Kohli and MS Soni are effortless in front of camera. Do you find facing the camera as smooth as batting, or do you think it's totally a different ball game?
I think it was easy to play game of cricket than doing this commercial, because I still remember my first commercial was Coca-Cola. For 30-second ads, it took me 4 days to finish that ad because I was doing with the Sunil Gavaskar. So the first part was very easy because I was practicing the net. So, it was bread and butter for me to go out there and practice in the nets. But when they said action and I have to react to that action, it took me 40, 50 retakes to just give that look towards Coca-Cola bottle. And the director was pissed off with me. He said, you just have to look towards Coca-Cola bottle and give a smile and all that. So I told him that, I'm a cricketer, I don't know anything, and I never faced camera in my life. So that was my first time. So Soni bhai helped me a lot too, because he did a lot of ads for a lot of brands. So he helped me a lot.
That's quite interesting piece of example. Talking about another legend whom you've played a lot with, which is Sachin Tendulkar, and you've opened multiple times with Sachin Tendulkar as well, and he's been your contemporary, he's been your colleague, and you've done advertisements together as well. Even currently, he is again a face of multiple brands. So what have you learned from Sachin? And also, how does brand Virender Sehwag stay relevant, especially in your second innings when you've retired from professional cricket?
I think I learned a lot from Tendulkar because when I joined Indian team, I think I didn't know how to eat with the fork and knife. Even I never heard the name fork and knife. So एक चक्कू होता है, कांटा होता है, उससे खाना खाते हैं. But he taught me a lot of things, how to behave in public and how to give respect, how to get respect. If you give respect, you'll get respect also. So I learned a lot because Sachin was my role model. Still he is my role model. And when I joined the Indian team, I want to become a Tendulkar. I want to be a second Tendulkar. So when I score my first One day International 100 and there was commentator was doing commentary and said that, he looked like Tendulkar, he played like Tendulkar, he's the second Tendulkar, is that. But I realized that later on that I can look like Tendulkar, I can play like Tendulkar, but I cannot perform like Tendulkar. So it's better for me to be a number one Sehwag rather than number two Tendulkar, because I don't think so anybody can match Tendulkar performance. So that's why I changed my style, I changed everything, and I started towards becoming first Sehwag.
Absolutely. Sehwag, today celebrities like Deepika and Priyanka have moved a step forward from just being the face of a brand to now acquiring a stake in the brands that they endorse. Do you think it is a step in the right direction, and will we see Virender Sehwag don the investor hat in the near future?
Depend. But if I like the company or like the brand, then I'll do that, because so it's a tough call. But you need the right people, you need a right team to make sure that they research on that brand or research on the company and make sure that they will deliver after 3 or 5 years.
So you take a risk, but a calculated risk.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Now you've done multiple brands, you've endorsed multiple brands. One particular brand which spoke extremely highly of you being their brand ambassador was Karbonn Mobile. And they spoke about their sales going through the roof after they signed you on. So can you tell us a little bit about your endorsement deal with Karbonn?
I met them in a bar, and then they recognized me and they asked me that, can we have a talk? I said, yeah. And Karbonn Mobile owner came to me, and there were 3 partners, and they spoke to me. We want to hire you as a brand ambassador and all this. I asked him why you are hiring me, and they gave me that, because our mobile phone is for masses, not for high society people, and you have a reach to the masses, so that's why. So they hired me, they researched on me, and luckily I signed the deal on the bar. So it's not that my manager or my company involved, and then we stuck the deal and we concrete the deal. So sometimes if you meet the owner and you like the idea, you'll say go ahead. So that's how we signed the Karbonn deal, and after that we became friends, and and still we are keep in touch.
Great. During your playing days, there was a rise in cricketers associating themselves with aerated drinks, with your colleagues Ganguly and Tendulkar leading their faces to Pepsi, while you've been associated with both Pepsi and Coca-Cola in the past. However, cricketers nowadays are consciously shying away from endorsing aerated drinks and junk food, with the current Indian captain Virat Kohli leading the charge. In the hindsight, had you been playing today, would you too have shied away from endorsing aerated drinks and junk food?
I told you earlier that where was these top 3 cricketers were going and endorsing brands, so we were targeting those brands only, and you don't want to miss that opportunity to sign with or to work for a big brand who can actually show, who can have money, who can spend a lot of money on the marketing, so they can use my face and people will get to know me more than the cricket field, so I can do some ads also. If you get like in a small company who have a big marketing budget, doesn't matter how much money you're getting for that endorsing that brand, but if they have a big marketing budget, so at least your ad will run on every channel,
and the visibility
visibility you will get, the kind of visibility you'll get, maybe you'll get more ads through that visibility.
The nation got to see the entrepreneurial side of their very own Viru when you recently launched online a range of official Virender Sehwag merchandise that aims to fulfill the needs of fitness freaks and sports fans with quality products at affordable prices. What was your thought behind the merchandising brand that you ran?
Well, I haven't launched officially.
Okay.
Yeah. What I realized that there are a lot of Sehwag fans also. And if I launch my t-shirts and caps and balls and mugs for higher society, I don't think so I'm able to sell that, because somebody can afford Versace, Armani, Hugo Boss, they will not buy Virender Sehwag stuff. So who's Virender Sehwag's fan? The real lower middle class and middle class people are the Sehwag fans, so they can spend money on my merchandise with a reasonable price.
You said something very interesting, which is the middle class, lower middle class associating with your brand.
Yes.
You also come from a very humble beginnings and you've worked hard to come to where you are. Is that the reason why you have such a loyal fan following amongst the middle class audiences?
Absolutely. No, even when I was growing up, I didn't have money to take part in coaching classes and also. And I understand that as a lower middle class or middle class family, if you're spending like 2,000 rupees on one t-shirt, so make sure that you will use for 2 years, not for 2 days. So I understand that also, and wherever I go, generally these people who think that if Sehwag can achieve, I also can achieve, because he comes from very lower middle class family. So that's why they are the real fans, and that's why So they're liking me because whatever I'm doing for my fans, or they think that, if Sehwag can do that, I also can do that.
We've seen you dabble your hand in commentary, and you've already managed to become an iconic commentator with your clever takes as you've managed to connect with the audiences. Was commentary always a conscious decision for you, or was it a plan B?
Not really, because when I was playing and I was watching commentators, they were criticizing me, they were praising me also.
Right.
So when they were criticizing me, I get upset. When they were praising me, I feel proud of myself. But then I realized that end of the day, they are doing their job, and I never thought about that I can do commentary, because I was doing a lot of commentary in the dressing room. The moment I was get out and sit in the dressing room chair, I saw commentary. Oh, Rahul Dravid is taking strike now. This is very boring because he take a lot of ball to hit boundary and six. And these kind of commentary I was doing. Oh, Sachin and Rahul was playing and now it's boring. Let's go to sleep for a while and then we'll come back. So these kind of stuff I was doing in the dressing room, and then people were laughing. My colleagues were laughing. And then I realized that if I do commentary like that with any sports channel, so I think people will like me.
You're both a master and the jack of all. A sportsman, a commentator, coach, entrepreneur, and we've seen you do a bit of acting every now and then. So we've devised a game to do justice to your multifaceted personality. You will be selling a brand by doing commentary, but with a twist. Commentary with a certain emotion. There are two bowls kept in front of you. One contains the product category and one the emotion in which you need to do the commentary. So let's begin our brand Googling.
Shampoo category.
Shampoo, absolutely. And in a happy manner.
I will try.
Okay.
That's not my bread and butter, but अगर क्रिकेट होता तो अच्छा होता.
बिल्कुल, चलो.
हैप्पी वीरू ने शैम्पू का बोतल उठाया, हाथ में लिया, सर में लगाया, हेयर विकेट से छुटकारा पाया, बाथरूम से बाहर निकला, अपनी जुल्फों को लहराया, बाउंड्री के बाहर वाली फीलिंग, हीरो को बड़ा मजा आया.
अरे, brilliant. That was great. Let's do chocolate, but in an angry style. Angry, that's the emotion. So the first one you did in a happy manner, the second one slightly angry.
Yeah.
Which is, let's say, yummy chocolate.
You are lucky that second one chocolate is
okay.
In angry style. Yeah. यम्मी चॉकलेट खाते हुए सहवाग को उसकी गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ देख रहे पापा. चॉकलेट से गुस्सा और भी तेज हो रहा है. दूसरे हाथ से न्यूज़पेपर से गोल करते हुए लास्ट बाइट लेकर सहवाग को दे मारा और कहा कि मच्छर है, आउट कर दिया.
अरे, brilliant. This was cool. And the last one, speaker.
Yeah, no need.
Speaker, but in a sad manner.
Sad manner?
हाँ जी.
I'm not actor.
बिल्कुल सर. Yes.
ये स्पीकर को पप्पू ऑन करते हुए हॉस्टल से अपनी मम्मी को याद कर रहा है. टिप टिप चेहरे के पिच पे आंसू टपका रहा है. और ये क्या कमाल हो गया. रोते रोते पप्पू हंस रहा है. यहाँ गाने का टॉस पलटा नहीं कि दिल की इमोशन भी पलट गई. Speaker पलटू इमोशन.
That was Sehwag at his best in commentary. Sehwag, you've been quoted that you earned rupees 30 lakhs in just 6 months through your tweets just a couple of years ago. And since then, your stock on Twitter has only risen with you having done some engaging stuff with brands like Ola. How important it is for you to maintain your presence on social media, considering the fact that you have a cumulative social media following of nearly 40 million. My second question is, how is the planning done? Is it something that you do single-handedly, or is there an agency that helps you plan all your social media activities?
So I don't have a team.
Right.
So me and my friend, we are two people who are looking after my social media. Social media is a good platform as long as you're just writing.
Right.
You're not reading. So you just keep writing whatever you think is good for you or you think is good for people, and whatever you write, people will read and laugh. And that's all about it. I started writing on Twitter because we were sitting in a room and I think everybody was discussing about Sachin Tendulkar's birthday. I said, let's do something where we can celebrate other cricketers' birthday as well. And that's how I started writing on Twitter that, I started with, I think, Rohit Sharma. So I congratulate him as a birthday boy, and I said, I just wrote one line that, Rohit Sharma जब पैदा होगा डॉक्टर ने कहा होगा कि hitman आ गया. And then my famous tweet was on birthday was Anderson. I said before Jimmy Anderson, there was only one Anderson was famous, Pamela Anderson. So, and people liked it, and after that I start writing about other cricketers some funny lines and some incident which happened with them or with me, and people start liking it. And you talk about that 30 lakhs earning. If you do good work on Twitter, yes, right, there are a lot of people or a lot of brands wants to associate with you and wants to give you a certain money to write something for them or to share something on my Twitter from them. So that's how you can earn money also.
Sehwag, you said you don't have time to read what you write on Twitter, but we probably have some time. So our next segment is called Internet Ask Virender Sehwag, in which we have scouted your social media handles and have picked up a few questions that your fans want to ask you. This is an example. Abhinav wants to know, which Baba is a better brand ambassador? Baba Ramdev or Baba Viru? What do you have to say to
I think nobody can beat Baba Ramdev. Okay. His worth now is 20,000 crore. Can you imagine? A Baba worth of 20,000 crore?
Clever.
He's a businessman. He's not a Baba anymore.
That's cool. Okay, the next one. Ishan wants to know, if there's a biopic made on Sehwag, which actor, according to you, could do justice to your role?
I don't know how many actors know how to play game of cricket. If they do, so I think the younger one I can pick, Varun Dhawan. Yeah, Tiger Shroff.
Have any directors approached you for a biopic? Or producers?
Yeah, I met a couple of them, but actually I need a bigger production house who can pay a good amount of check, so then I can give my story to them.
Perfect. Yeah. What's Virender Sehwag's favorite memory with the legendary cricketers?
Favorite memory, when I was doing commentary with Sachin and Saurav, so we pulled Saurav's leg, and he was the only captain who allowed us actually to pull his legs.
Yeah.
So I remember a couple of stories, but one story is that I was not scoring runs in almost 10 to 12 innings, and he was backing me like, you are my matchman and all. And after 12 innings, he said, boss, if you don't perform in next game, you go home and I can't save you. So make sure that you will score runs in next game. So next game, luckily that day belongs to me and I scored 100. And after that he said, I asked Dada, now I've saved you or not? He said yes. And after that, I never looked back. I always thanked Saurav Ganguly that because of you I achieved this so many hundreds and almost 8,000 runs in test match and one day. So
many people have said I'm the world's greatest writer of 140 character sentences, to which Vikrant says, actually he compares you to Donald Trump and says, have you ever read Virender Sehwag tweet? So that's great compliment as well.
That's
anything
true,
that you want to say to Vikrant?
I'm better than Trump.
Absolutely, any day. What is your favorite World Cup memory? You've won 2 World Cups, the T20 as well as the World Cup. Tejas wants to know, what is your best World Cup memory?
Best World Cup memory, 2011 World Cup opening match against Bangladesh, because we lost to Bangladesh in 2007 and we have to fly back early because of Bangladesh, because we didn't qualify for the second round, Super League round. And I knew it that whenever we are going to play against Bangladesh next, so I have to do something. And before that opening match, I made a statement that it's a revenge game for us. And the moment I made this statement, it's everywhere in front page of the newspaper. And when we had a meeting in Bangladesh, because the first game happened in Bangladesh, so Gary Kirsten took out all the newspaper headlines and showed us on the screen. And after that, he asked, do you have to do this meeting? And everybody said no. So let's go. It's a revenge game for us and we have to win. For me, it was big statement, but I have to make sure that I have to stay there for at least 30-40 overs to score good runs. Otherwise, I know that Bangladesh will criticize me or will sledge me for that kind of statement. And I started really well. Hit a 4 on first ball, and after 8th or 9th over, I ran Sachin Tendulkar out. So he ran out and I was cursing myself, what I did. If I'll go back to dressing room, he will scold me, he will shout on me, and maybe he will hit me also. I'll make sure that I will score my runs and his runs. So that's why I scored 175 runs in first game against Bangladesh. And I knew it that Bangladesh can chase only 280, 290. And the moment we crossed that 310, Virat was batting me. I said, that's enough, we should declare now. I don't think so they can chase 310 against us, the kind of bowling attack we have.
This was my favorite internet ask with the man himself, Sehwag. Next on the show, we have a studio audience for you, whom we call the Brandwalas. They have a few interesting questions to ask you. So shall we begin?
Hello, sir. My name is Divya, and my question to you is that when IPL had started in 2008, you were appointed as the skipper for Delhi Daredevils, and you have served the team for over 4 seasons now. And we'd like to know how has IPL helped brand Sehwag when it comes to endorsements?
Actually, that IPL didn't help because IPL took all my rights for the franchisee. So they can use my rights and sell it to the brand for the franchisee. So they can earn money. So actually IPL gave us a lot of problem because as an individual, I had a couple of contracts. The moment IPL started, all that individual contracts actually went to the franchisee and asked that, the kind of money we were paying to Sehwag, now we can get 4 or 5 cricketers if we tie with the franchisee. And we lost a couple of endorsements after IPL. So IPL didn't help. But IPL helped. IPL was a good platform for a youngster to show their talent. So make sure if he scores and if he do well in IPL, so he'll get a chance to play for India.
Hello sir, my name is Parth and my question to you is that during the Lok Sabha election, there was a rumor that you are going to contest elections for BJP from Rohtak, but you came out and cleared it that it was just a rumor. Can we see you in politics anytime soon?
Whole my life I played under some contract with DDCA, with BCCI. Yeah, if BJP or any party will give me a contract for 5 years, I don't mind. End of the day, it's money. Party is paying or somebody else is paying, I don't mind.
He has his fundas very clear. Show me the money.
You work for money only.
Absolutely. Virender Sehwag Foundation is a foundation that you run where you've done a lot of special work for disabled. Can you tell us something about the foundation and its plans for the future?
Yes. I think 2-3 years back, I opened this foundation. And why I opened is that because, actually I want to spend my money on somebody. So I was looking for a good NGO so I can donate and they can spend my money well worth. So, but I find that a lot of NGO is taking money from the people or collecting money from CSR budget of companies, but actually they're spending only 10 to 20%. Nobody's spending 100%. So what I did, I opened my Sehwag Foundation.
And a lot of it is going in the administration
Virender Sehwag Foundation. And the money I want to donate to some NGO, now I'm donating my foundation and helping people and spending that 100% money to those who actually need that money.
Very nice. It's great to know when celebrities like you walk the talk and do something great for the society. And keep doing that, and kudos to you. You have established Sehwag International School, which is an institute to help aspiring children gain professional sports training in Haryana. What do you envision the future of the school to be? And do you have any plans to scale it at a national level?
Why I opened a school? Because when I was growing up, I was traveling a lot from Najafgarh to practice facilities, or Najafgarh to Firozshah Kotla. It was like 40-kilometer drive, and it took me 2.5 hours in the bus to reach there and then practice 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and then come back again 2.5 hours. So I was spending a lot of time on traveling. So I was sitting with my father and he asked me, "Beta, why are you spending so much time on traveling? Why not you stay near to your practice facilities?" I said, "Dad, I cannot afford. We don't have that kind of money, or so I can pay the rent and live there and go and practice." So he told me that, okay, if you become a player and if you earn some money, so open institute where kids can stay, practice, study. Right. So actually, the opening a school was my father's idea. And when I opened in 2011 and he died in 2007 after we won the 2007 T20 World Cup. And when I opened it, I realized that whatever he said that was true, that there are a lot of kids in India who are traveling a lot for practice facilities and for education. So now Sehwag International School is a day camp boarding school. So now a lot of kids come from Bihar, UP, MP, Maharashtra. And I'm very happy and proudly I can say that when the Pulwama attack happened and those martyrs lost their lives, 40 odd. I promised them that small contribution I can do for them, so I can give admission to free of cost to their children in the boarding where they can stay, they can play and they can study. So at least I got 2 children from martyrs who are studying in my school and they are very happy. So they are spending good time and learning education and playing sport.
Sehwag, it has been an amazing conversation with you. You've made the whole nation proud by winning 2 World Cups and putting up a show for the crowds regardless of the format. Your ever so candid persona today gave us great insights into brand Sehwag. Thank you on behalf of all of us. A huge round of applause for the legend himself, Virender Sehwag.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Kiska brand Bajega gives you a chance to visit our studios and interact with India's biggest celebrity brands live by answering a simple question. Virender Sehwag was a brand ambassador of which of the following mobile phone brands? A. Karbonn, B. OnePlus, C. Oppo, D. Vivo. Send your answers to us by commenting on our Instagram post and following our page at Kiska_brand_Bajega. I'll see you again at Kiska Brand Bajega next week, where we continue to uncover some of the most successful stories behind some of the most interesting brands. Till then, this is Aditya Bhatt signing off. Happy branding. On the show today, we have a visionary, an outright advertising legend who has transformed the advertising agency business with his simple yet powerful storytelling. Please welcome the Chief Creative Officer Worldwide and Executive Chairman India Ogilvy and the first advertising man to receive the Padma Shri Award, the celebrity who has made India's biggest celebrity brands, Piyush Pandey.
Me and my brother were told by my sisters that your mother always wanted to own a diamond, but she could never afford one.
Right.
So we didn't have the auqat to buy a pair of diamonds, so both of us bought one earring for her. And when we gave it to her, she said, "Arey, is umar mein kya karungi hira?"
Absolutely.
And from that, I just wrote one more line to say, "Hero ka pata tumhari umar kya hai?"